Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're checking out the crucial P3 Plus NVMe SSD drives, one of the cheapest of chips drives backed by the crucial 5-year warranty. It's got 800 terabytes worth of endurance and it goes up to 4 terabytes of storage. All right, so this is the crucial P3 Plus. This is one of the cheapest NVMe drives you can get. Check it out, 5,000 megabytes a second or 4,800. So inside the box, there's Crucial P3, and this is the 4 terabyte edition. So this is a whopping amount of storage in this tiny little drive. One of the great things about this is also you get one of these little tiny screws to make sure you can screw it in. So for today's demonstration, I'm going to be using an SSD enclosure to install it. Very, very simple. You just unscrew the enclosure and you plug in the new one, the 4 terabyte edition. Boom, just like that. Everyone's happy and you can screw it right back in. You see, I'm doing something crazy on this channel. I'm actually going to be trying to upgrade the storage once again of my MacBook Pro. Typically, if you want to upgrade your storage, what you'd have to do with these M1 MacBook Pros, you have to take it out to the backyard and bury it, get rid of it, and go back to Apple and plead for them to take your money to get a bigger drive. However, thanks to one of these docks, got the P3 Plus inside here, 4 terabytes of storage inside here. I'm gonna plug it in and I'm gonna do something cool and practical on this channel. I'm gonna try video editing just to demonstrate how lush it could be with the expanded storage, and maybe doing a bit of gaming to show you the experience. So let's jump in and see if it can rock. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is the Honorary disk speed test. Let's see, jump in, select target drive, P3, boom, start. We're getting 1,000 megabytes a second. This is pretty much the limit of this dock case, the USB-C connection, and we're only getting 500 megabytes read. Now, of course, this is a limitation of the dock. Previously, however, on the P5, I was getting 1,000 read, so that is a bit mysterious. But anyway, let's jump in and do some actual productivity and see how it performs in the real world. So now I've got 119 gigabytes worth of data. I'm just gonna copy and paste it, and I wanna see the sustained write speed. So it's copying over, it says it's about 5 minutes, 7 minutes, but I've got iStat menus up and I'm gonna be seeing the performance. So I can see right now it's transferring at 695 megabytes a second, and it's 119 gigabytes worth of data. It's got 2 minutes left and it's at 700 megabytes a second. So far for that data, the crunching is sustaining that write speed. On cheaper drives, the low tech, the old school NVMe's, you'd find that sometimes it would write fast for the first maybe 50 gigabytes or 10 gigabytes, and then it will slow right down. That's the cheaper drives. Whereas this one, as you can see, it's now 760 megabytes a second, and we're halfway through our data. We've already copied over 42 gigabytes, and it seems to be working well. So let's fast forward to the end. So there you go, we've transferred over 100 gigabytes so far, and the write speed hasn't reduced. We're still going 738 megabytes a second at this moment, and it's just rounding up the ending right now, 650 megabytes a second, 731. So it's still sustaining that write speed, so that's good. All right, so now I've set up a project on this NVMe drive and I've copied all of the files on the camera, and I'm gonna edit it in Final Cut Pro, and we're gonna see if we can notice any performance degradation as if we would be editing it on the Mac itself. So I've got the project right here loaded. It's flowing really well. I actually don't have any issues with it. Now, because you probably watched this video, you don't want to see me edit the video that I've just watched unless you want to. Maybe I should do how to edit in Final Cut Pro. Stay tuned on the channel to find out. So I'll go ahead and edit this video, but as you can see, it seems to be working really good. I got no problems with it. It's rendering everything in the background, and I don't actually notice any difference between using it on the NVMe versus inside the internal drive. But one extra thing that I love is that all of the files, all of the cache files, this cache that I'm just storing on my 4 terabyte scratch drive instead of my internal drive, and that way I can get a bit more storage space for my Mac. All right, and as for gaming, I've got a side-by-side challenge here. I've got the same games, I've got the same game installed on the Mac as well as the SSD. I'm gonna run it first on the Mac and time it and see how fast it goes. 7.8 seconds. Let's see how much it goes on the SSD directly. And 7.7 seconds, pretty much indistinguishable. Well, in the world of Mac games, maybe PC games might be a bit more intensive. They might drive it a bit different, but BioShock 2, exactly the same performance on the Mac directly as well as inside the dock case. So even though it's running through a case, and this is a slow case, just USB-C case, still seems to work well. So as you can see, P3 Plus worked really well. Video editing, I managed to edit some nice video. This video has been edited on P3 Plus, can you believe it? I can't believe it. Yeah, I experienced it. It was crazy. I had to re-edit this video and without showing you guys and redo it anyway. One thing I want to say is crucial. I actually used them for a warranty experience, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and they were top class. I actually had one of their cheapest of chips, proper cheap, with like gigabytes worth of endurance. It's kind of like 100 or 200 gigabytes worth of endurance, and I had it in my NAS drive and I was using it as a cache. And even though I completely wiped out the endurance doing it that way, they honored the warranty and they sent me a replacement one. I just had to ship it over to them and then they sent me it back, a brand new one. So respect. Hopefully their RMA experience will go well. I don't recommend, of course, you using the endurance of a low terabytes inside a NAS drive. Although this one has 800 terabytes, the 4 terabyte edition. So if you aren't overusing your drive, it could be good enough. But generally, overall, I gotta say, the top class company, 5-year warranty. How can you go wrong? Let me know what you guys are doing out there in the world to upgrade the storage of your Macs. And of course, stay tuned because I'll be having a Thunderbolt 3 dock soon on the channel for the ultimate performance tests. Hope you guys found this video useful and enjoyed the show.